From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, April 18th. Any lingering snow and rain showers will move out as the sun comes up today. It's going to be kind of soggy out there, though. A lot of clouds out there build through midday, and we're going to have a cold front. Late afternoon, a few spotty showers with the highs around 50 degrees. And an overnight shooting leaves one person wounded. One pressing question is where it happened. Police tell us the victim showed up late last night on Lockburn Street in the Mars Hill neighborhood, but officers at the scene tell us the shooting happened somewhere else. No word yet exactly where. IMPD is working to connect two weekend shootings, one fatal. IMPD tells us officers initially responded to a fast food restaurant on Madison Avenue just after midnight Sunday. Officers say they found a man shot in the parking lot. According to police, he went to the hospital in critical condition, later died. While working that scene, investigators learned two people walked into Eskenazi Hospital who'd been shot. Police tell us they believe the cases are related, but haven't released any other details. They say they've interviewed several people, but no one's been arrested. The weekend violence spreads beyond Indianapolis. Police in two states are investigating three mass shootings. In Pennsylvania, police say a party full of teenagers ended with two people dead. It happened at an Airbnb rental in Pittsburgh. Investigators say 200 people, mostly underage, were there. Both of those killed were 17. Officers say gunfire wounded 8 other people and several others were hurt trying to get away.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, here we are at Easter, and we have multiple families, two that won't see a loved one.
The other two mass shootings happened in South Carolina. The first happened Saturday in a mall in Columbia. Police say 14 people were hurt, 9 who were shot and 5 others injured trying to get away from the gunfire there. About 2 hours south of there, 9 people were wounded in a shooting at a nightclub. It happened early Sunday morning in the town of Furman. IMPD arrests a 17-year-old in connection to an armed robbery and a shooting. The department says officers responded to 34th Street near MLK on a report of a person shot Saturday night. Police tell us the victim drove to the Phillips 66 gas station on Lafayette Road. Officers say he went to the hospital and is stable. Detectives say they identified a possible suspect and executed a search warrant at the 17-year-old's house yesterday. Police say they found evidence there and arrested the teen. He faces charges of aggravated battery, battery with serious bodily injury, and robbery with serious bodily injury. Indiana State Police are asking for help solving a sad and unsettling mystery. Troopers say someone out on a mushroom hunt over the weekend found the body of a little boy. Now they need to figure out who he was. The child was in a wooded area in Washington County in the southern part of the state. Investigators say he died sometime within the past week. They're not yet saying how. They say he was between 5 and 8 years old, black, 4 feet tall, with a slim build and short haircut. State Police ask you to call Detective Matt Busick in Sellersburg if you know who he was or anything that could help. The number is 1-800-872-6743. Today, Philadelphia becomes the first major U.S. city to reinstate its indoor mask mandate. Local business owners are suing to overturn it. A lawsuit filed on Saturday claims the emergency order goes against CDC recommendations. One business owner says they support the suit because their employees have been harassed in the past.
Girls is actually considering doing that because she can't deal with the anxiety of dealing with customers yelling at us all the time.
The CDC states community spread is currently low in Philadelphia, but last week, the city's health commissioner cited a more than 50% increase in COVID cases in 10 days. Today is tax day, the federal deadline to file income taxes. The IRS plans to get tens of millions of last-minute filings. So if you need to file, the IRS recommends you do it electronically because it takes up to 6 months to process a paper return. The agency is also facing its biggest backlog in history. The IRS still had 35.3 million returns waiting to be processed at the end of last year's filing season. New in the war in Ukraine, officials say 6 people are dead and 11 more are hurt after Russian missile strikes in the western city of Lviv. Local authorities say there have been 5 missile strikes. They appear to be targeting train tracks and stations. The attack is unusual for Ukraine's western cities, which have been relatively quiet as Russia focuses on the east. And in the east, Ukrainian forces are still fighting to hold Mariupol. Leaders say they will ignore a surrender or die ultimatum from Russia. The port city is in the dire stages of a 7-week siege. A victory by Russia would give it a port city through which it could send direct reinforcements for a wider push into the east. The Ukrainian forces fighting to hold the city include military and civilian volunteers. And Ukraine's president says they will fight to the end.
Ukraine and the people of our state are absolutely clear. We don't want anyone else's territory, and we are not going to give up our own.
Volodymyr Zelensky says that the outcome of conflicts in the Donbas region could influence the course of the entire war. Today, the Boston Marathon returns to its traditional slot. It's been 3 years since the Boston Marathon happened on Patriots' Day, the third Monday of April. The pandemic forced organizers to cancel the race in 2020. Then they moved last year's race from the spring to the fall. More than 28,000 runners are signed up this year. They're from all 50 states and 122 countries. The race started at 9 o'clock this morning. And finally, a new study makes the case for taking your shoes off in the house. Researchers with 360 dust analysis warn leaving shoes on could bring in a number of problems, including drug-resistant illnesses, lawn chemicals, and toxic residue from asphalt. The researchers recommend having indoor-only shoes. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.